1992, a dark fear swept Salem, a place once known for quiet religious life, suddenly became the center of one of the most terrifying. It all began when a group of teenage girls started behaving strangely. At first, it seemed harmless. They laughed loudly for no reason, then suddenly cried in fear. But soon, their behavior became frightening. They screamed in the middle of the night, waking their families, their bodies twisted violently, as if something unseen was pulling them apart. Some collapsed onto the wooden floor, shaking uncontrollably. Doctors were called, but they found no illness and no clear cause. The girls claimed invisible forces were attacking them. They said cold hands grabbed their arms. They said dark shadows followed them wherever they went. Many believed it began after the girls listened to stories told by an enslaved woman from the West Indies. Stories about magic, spirits, and dark powers. Fear spread quickly through Salem. People whispered in the streets. Parents kept their children indoors, and the peaceful village was no longer the same. Soon after the strange events terrified the village, the girls began to point their fingers. One by one, they named women they claimed were responsible for their suffering. They said these women appeared beside their beds at night. They claimed dark spirits took the shape of their neighbors and attacked them. At first, people were shocked, but fear made the accusations easy to believe. Whispers turned into loud rumors. Crowds gathered outside homes of the accused. Some women were dragged from their houses in tears, begging for mercy. Mothers cried as their daughters were taken away. Fathers stood helpless as guards led their wives through the streets. In a society where witchcraft was already feared, few dared to question the girls. Instead of calming the people, local authorities took the accusations seriously. They created special courts to investigate the claims. What started as strange behavior now became a dangerous hunt for supposed witches, and Salem was about to descend even deeper into darkness. The trials began inside dark and crowded courtrooms. Judges listened closely as witnesses described terrifying visions. They spoke of ghostly figures that looked like the accused. They claimed these spirits attacked them in dreams and nightmares. This strange testimony was called spectral evidence. There were no injuries to examine, no real proof to show, only stories filled with fear. Yet the court accepted every word. The accused tried to defend themselves, but their voices were ignored. Some cried, some prayed, and some fainted in terror. Within only 1 month, 6 women were declared guilty. They were sentenced to death by hanging. The people of Salem believed justice had been served, but in reality, fear was now controlling the law. Soon, the punishment began. Gallows were built in the town square. Crowds gathered in silence as the condemned were led forward. One by one, they were hanged. Fear filled the air, but the executions did not stop the accusations. Instead, they increased. By the fall of 1692, more than 200 people had been accused of witchcraft. Over 100 were thrown into dark prison cells. Some became sick. Others died behind bars. Among the accused were respected villagers, and even a 4-year-old girl named Dorcas Good. The hysteria had taken control. No one knew who would be next, and Salem was trapped in a nightmare. As the accusations continued to spread, concern grew beyond Salem. Religious leaders from other towns began to speak out. They warned that the trials were no longer guided by truth. They said fear and imagination had replaced justice. More and more innocent people were being accused. Some of them were respected members of society. The situation was becoming dangerous. Finally, the colonial governor stepped in. He ordered the special courts to be shut down. The use of spectral evidence was no longer allowed. Prison doors were opened. Those who remained alive were released or pardoned. But for many families, the pain could never be undone. Years later, historians searched for deeper reasons behind the madness. They discovered that Salem was not just afraid of witches. The village was changing. For generations, it had been a farming community ruled by strict religious traditions. But now, trade and business were growing. New families were becoming wealthy through shops and commerce. Many of the accusers came from old farming households loyal to the church. Many of the accused were part of this rising commercial class. The witch trials reflected more than fear of evil. They revealed a hidden struggle for power and influence between the old world and the new. In the years that followed, the truth slowly came to light. The courts admitted the trials had been wrong. In 1702, the Salem Witch Trials were officially declared illegal. Families of the victims later received compensation, but no apology could erase the suffering. Today, the phrase witch hunt remains a symbol of injustice, a reminder of what happens when fear controls society, when rumors replace facts, and when innocent people become enemies.